and they're guilty of running from a threat.
Invited to the party.
Invited to the party.
Now, you were also, you said something like, where can, how can, we have change or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, the fear. Why did they fear them? And what thing I noticed that contributes to that? I mean, this has been going on for years. Well before about my lifetime and so on. The media does not help.
Mm.
The media does not help. How they portray certain things, how they portray us. And, there's so much going on. Like, like the kid, like everyone knows, killing those people at a church.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hates, he doesn't like black people or whatever. That was what the headlines is. Now, of course, when I hear something like that, your first reaction is like, oh my, this is, it's weird. It doesn't surprise me, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I believe the media is trying to create a race war.
It's a big story.
It's because if you notice, when things are it bombards you with one thing while there's a whole other agenda going on. Like the what was it? The Ebola, that thing. Okay, then the Ebola happened. Now the race war. It's always something. But now it's like, if you notice, everything is about race. You want to turn black against white, white against black, whatever. But there's one thing you mentioned. You said when the cops came, they started running after the kid. The kids ran. But you know what? Also, I seen another video where the cops showed up. All the dudes ran except one. One dude just walked straight up to the cop. Took that dude, put him aside. Dude had no weapons on or nothing. He's like, this is what it is. Y'all expected me to run. He did not run. He stood there, and that threw the cops off. It definitely threw them off. And I don't want this to come off like, hatred towards police and everything. I do believe there's a lot of people out there that should not be having that badge. Mm-hmm. You giving a bad name to all the good police, and it's bigger and deeper than that. But it's, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that so far?
My thoughts come simply down to this: when these are the actions that are taken by the police department, and you're representing the state, and this is happening from state to state to state,
mm-hmm.
what your message you're sending is, you don't want us. You are drawing a line that is painting the young African American out to be the enemy. And now we're at war with each other. And maybe, and it comes to your point with the whole media, with the race wars, because it is trying to pin us against each other. I don't necessarily understand why. And maybe it comes more down to that, as I said before, that fear. Whatever it is that you fear, but you're painting a picture to where there is a line drawn in the sand that says, hey, we're coming after you. We are here against you. And when you don't allow the same freedoms, don't allow the same opportunities, and don't give the same treatment to all, you are a part of this. When you get treated differently, whether it's whatever crime that you commit, if the sentence is for blacks death, then of course you become a threat to the black community. So if you are coming after us now and we decide to flee the area, the situation, because it's a threat to us, and now you turn that along to be an illegal act. It is an illegal act to flee from a threat. There is no way to win. And with that being said, you are starting a war, you're painting us in a corner, and you're telling us we are not wanted. And if that is what you want to portray, they come out and say that that's not what you want to portray, then it needs to be a change. It needs to be changed now. And it has to start from that side of the line. You cannot continue to ignore or pick and choose who it is that you protect and serve and stand on the ground of the fact that you're the authority and that's the only stance that you have, and that it needs to be respected when you're not protecting or serving that community. That's where I am with this. You know, if what you're saying is true, of course, it's a big story in the media. Anytime there's something that this has happened, it's not like it's something new, but the media is running to it. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's because they're trying to spark change. Or maybe they're trying to send a message. And that's what scares me, that they're trying to send a message.
I think it also needs to be, I mean, I think, you know, they worry about gangs and everything. I think the biggest gang is a lot of these police force. You know, they have each other's back. I mean, look what's going to happen to this police. No jail time or nothing like that. Look what happened with Johannes Meserly, the police that assassinated Oscar Grant. He had already got time served. It was like 1.5 years for murdering. Just no reprimand. Oh, you lose your job, suspension, probably with pay, even without. But no, there has to be jail time.
Yeah.
Prison, the same that you would give to us. So now the message that's getting put out there is, I mean, I guess so. You want to work for a police force. At least you're protected if something happens.
And then, you know,
they need to do some more psych evaluations.
That's exactly what it needs.
Psych evaluation. These people don't deserve because maybe they've been getting like this. I think the cop who was mushing the girl's face, I think he seems like he just from hearing him and looking at him, he probably grew up, probably got picked on all his life. He probably had got no respect from no one, and like a little pipsqueak. And he get a badge, he get a pistol. Now he's big and bad now, and he can do whatever he wants. And I don't know those other people that were not in uniform. I don't know if they were cops or just people in the neighborhood, but they were helping him too. No one came to their aid.
That's a sad thing.
No one even said stop. And whoever called the police, I hope they seen what happened. You know what? I don't know. I just hope and pray that God really showed them what they did, showed them themselves.
And see, what gets me with this is the fact that it's tried to be justified. Well, you know, they should have been talking back. Well, they shouldn't have ran. You know, and I understand what you're trying to do. But to say that somebody doesn't have the right to speak is something else. And I encourage you, no matter what race you are, I want you to think about your children. And I want you to think about mistakes that they've made. And I want you to tell me, how would you feel, whether it's your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, that the mistakes that you may have seen them make, if this is the way that they were treated because of the mistake that they made as children, would you be okay with it then? Would you still try to justify it? Like, well, you know, I know that he has a smart mouth at times, but no. There is no but in the situation. Mm-hmm. If it was another way around and it was your family that was being treated like this, even if they were slightly in the wrong, do you think the actions justify the means?
They didn't even threaten them though when they said talk. This thing, even if they were cussing at the police, there is no point for that. They can't do that. What they do.
Well, it's a sad day.
And it's sad because, real quick, someone heard me say this before. You know, just talking like They go, I forget what happened, a situation with the police. I said, well, they're going to do what they do anyway. Right? And it's sad that that's the mind state that we have right now. But someone listening, he was like, no, what do you mean? No. And it surprised me that they didn't understand or feel where I was coming from. So sometimes you got to break it down to them. But there's no more breaking down. And then now it's in your face. And that's why I really feel like, a lot of this, I think, is on the media also. And whatever agenda that's going on, not trying to be all conspiracy, because it's in your face. It's so much in your face now. So
here's the thing. We look at this from different sides. We spend a lot of time with this so that we weren't coming from a place of pure anger. However, there needs to be a change. I want to hear your guys' comments. You let us know how you feel about this. Is there an agenda being pushed? Or is the media using this to try to make change? Or are they trying to send a message?
Change for what? Change for the good, change for the bad.
Let us know. If you got anything else that you guys want us to cover, like always, we will cover it. You can hit us up on Twitter. You can give us a shout out on Facebook. Get our YouTube page up. We read the comments on there as well. And let us know. Send us an email. We got a Gmail up there as well. So let us know, and we'll break it down like we do everything.
Definitely.
And yeah.
We appreciate y'all.
If you guys got any suggestions, even on this, on what you think would help to change.
Even if you don't agree 100%, let us know. We're not going to get mad.
It's all about dialogue.
Yeah.
Talk to us. We'll talk back.